So, breaking news, Forest have submitted a £70 million bid for Thiago. Welcome to your transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, we'll tell you about this so-called 70 million bid for Thiago. We'll touch on the game again because there are some more thoughts that need to be discussed. So make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, and let's get into it. So it is clear, it is so crystal clear that Forest just don't need a striker. They need a couple of other things which we'll cover off in a minute. And it looks like Marinakis is not hesitating, is not messing around. He is apparently put a £70 million bid down for Thiago from Brentford. The 25-year-old, who was the second top goal scorer last season in the Premier League with 22 goals, is now the target that Marinakis is looking at. And is this a knee-jerk reaction? Is he worth £70 million? I don't know, man. Because is he a Michu is my question. Now, for those of you who are young like me and can't remember who Michu is, he was the Swansea striker that was next level for a season for him back in the day in the Premier League and then faded into the abyss. Thiago had a penalty today against Spurs and he missed it. That would have put Spurs completely bottom of the league. That's the only thing, that and United, that has cheered me up today. But he knows how to find the back of the net. He is a good age. He is also injury prone. This is the guy that Brentford bought to replace Tony, but then he was injured for like a whole season before he got going last year. But he can score goals. He was at the World Cup for Brazil, Brazilian international, played 5 times for them, I think it is, scored 2 goals. 70 million is a lot. I don't know. I don't know. My gut feeling is he's better. Look, if I do it logically, is he better than Chris Wood? Yes. Is he better than Igor Jesus? Yes. Is he better than Callum Mwendo? Yes. Is he worth £70 million? Probably. I don't even know if Brentford would accept it at £70 million, to be honest. I don't know what their financial situation, if they're under any duress or anything like that and need to sell players. But where's all this information coming from? Well, this is coming from Rudy Giletti. He has said, exclusive, Forest have submitted a £70 million bid for Igor Thiago. The Brazilian striker is under contract at Brentford until 2031, but with growing interest in him, a late window departure could not be ruled out. So in essence, what he's saying is this could happen and Forest money is just as green as any other club. So if this valuation of Thiago is what Brentford want and what they would look to sell him for, then it could very well happen. But it's very rare in this day and age that the first bid from a Premier League club is the one that's accepted. So would you expect Brentford to reject this? Or would you expect that Forest have maybe done their due diligence, maybe spoken to Brentford behind the scenes and Marinakis has got involved and said, look, how much do you want? And they've said 70 million. He's like, fine, whatever. Here's 70 million. Let's just get it done. But what's clear is Forest need to spend this Anderson money. I mean, we had money before the Anderson money. We haven't spent it. We're in the negative in terms of net spend. We have to get this player in. So am I taking him 100%? Yes. He can bag the goals. He's shown it over the last year. You just only can go on the evidence that's presented in front of you. And for me, he can score goals. He's got a good physique for the Premier League, good eye for goal, apart from penalty against Spurs. I think this will work, but I'm just not convinced that 70 million will get this done. If we were to get him for 70 million, in this current market, where the likes of Chelsea have Delap valued at £50 million, who flopped for them last season, who scored 1 goal or 2 goals, whatever it was. You're now saying for 20 million more than that, Thiago, very good age, 25 years old. Yes, there is that risk of injury and everything, but pretty much, I mean, how many games did he play for Brentford last season? He actually got through 46 games. Well, he's played 46 games since he's joined, so most of those were in last season. So he is one, I think it could work. I'm just not in the right frame of mind yet to get overexcited about strikers after some of the crap we saw yesterday. Because we need a lot more still. and we need to talk about that. But before we do, let's just have a quick word from the sponsors for just a second. So just before we jump back into the video, I thought now would be a good time to give you guys a quick update on where I am with my journey so far with Oxford Natural. It's coming up to 2 months now, and I've seen some significant improvements in my lifestyle, my sleeping cycle, and on top of that, weight loss as well. Now, I'm still at the early stage of this journey, and there are people who have been doing this longer than me. If you have a look at Anita, she's lost 60 pounds. If you have a look at Linda, she's lost 50 pounds. Michael Owen, who you'll all know, he's lost 40 pounds. And my good mate Robbie has lost 100 pounds doing this. These are good inspirations to me to continue on with this journey. And for the last few weeks, I've been testing out their new formula with the new ingredients, and they really have made a significant difference. With the optimum day, these new added ingredients has given me that mental focus, that clarity, so I can really focus on getting the edits and the videos out to you guys. And what's important is that I've replenished myself in the nights, and with the optimum night, it's really helped me fall into a comfortable and deep sleep. I really would recommend the new formulas to you guys. So why not start your own journey right now, and we can help you with that with 70% off your first order if you use code FFTV. All you need to do is scan this QR code or click on the link in the description and come join me and the likes of Robbie and Michael and Linda on their journeys as well for a healthier lifestyle. And why am I not in the right frame of mind, guys, is because I looked at yesterday and I still see massive gaping holes in that team. Clearly a striker. So Thiago, yes, addresses that. But how are you going to get a striker to score goals if you don't supply him with chances? How are you going to supply him with chances if you can't control that midfield? How are you going to get the ball into the box with no wingers unless you're playing wing backs who can get you that width, who can control the game from wide areas? And also, how are you going to keep clean sheets when your keeper produces a worldy save and then 5 minutes later fumbles it into the box? I still think more than 70 million needs to be spent in the next 9 days or whatever it is until the window shuts. This would be a good pick-me-up, but it needs to be backed with a central midfielder, a proper central midfielder. I want to see a Kamara come into Forest. Get that done, because that then gives you some control in that midfield. I need to see a wing back. I love Ola Aina, but I'm just not seeing him in this Glasner formation. I think it's too much workload on him for 90 minutes. And I thought we looked more balanced when Nets came on and Nico Williams went out to the right-hand side. So there's still got to be more done in this squad for us to have a chance to achieve any kind of goals that we want. And I'm not having McAtee in this midfield position. We'll argue it probably tonight and we'll cry about it and say, why you guys got an agenda against McAtee and what have you. It's not agenda against McAtee. That's just not his position or his strength or his skill set. He is not that good. And he has no excuse not to be good. He's not come from a foreign league into the Premier League. He's been at Man City. He's been at even Sheffield United. He looked better than he does right now at Forest. So look, there's a lot to sort out for Glasner. Now, do I still think he sorts it out? Do we get this sorting out phase done quickly? Yes, I do. But it is all going to be dependent on what happens in the next week and a half, because the squad still is not good enough. We have a squad of decent players. We have a squad of average players. What we don't have is elite level players. Gibbs White's probably our most elite level player, most would argue. But he looks like he was doing the Gibbs White shooting school from the start of last season yet again. Into the stands, out wide. Let me take the free kick. All that stuff. There's a lot of work that needs to be done by Glasner. So Thiago bidding for 70 million. Is that enough to get it over the line? I don't know. Right now, until I've had a chance to sleep on it and think about things properly, I'm not in the mind frame to say yes or no to it. Not that it's my decision anyway, but let me know your thoughts on it. Make sure you've liked, make sure you're subscribed. Next up, Grumpy Old Reds, Sunday night at 7. We'll see you then. Come on, you Reds.